All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. It's me, Coach Muddle. And yes, I'm solo again. Nevada Nick will join us here shortly. He will be in bringing us his picks for tonight. And I don't know why I'm not it says that I'm live, so I don't know what's going on. But, hey, we'll just keep going, man. How about that? So, go from there, because it doesn't tell me I'm here we go. Just checking to see if I'm live. We'll get into how bad the Giants, because what makes it worse for the Giants, us Giant fans anyway, is that Kansas City didn't even want to win that game. They kept giving it to you, and you refuse to do anything about it. So, I have no idea where what we're doing. And I mean, come on now. You're going in and you're going to start blaming the headsets, your headsets, that you have miscommunication with the headsets. I mean, come on, bro. You got to come up with something better than that, because you should know that the headset cuts off with like 10 or 15 seconds left before the play clock goes, and maybe he just doesn't know that. I don't know, but that's the logical explanation I can give for that, is that he just didn't know that the headset cuts off with like 10 or 15 seconds. It may change, but I know it does cut off at some time before the play clock. So I just don't understand that excuse. But the defense played a hell of a game. I mean, that's the best defensive performance that I saw all season from the New York Football Giants. Honestly, that's what I perceived. I mean, come on, opening drive, they got the turnover. Daniel Jones comes right back and gives it back to him. They held stout, but I mean, come on. They took a high-powered offense and pretty much took that sports car and threw an anchor out the back window and made it drag down the street. So they slowed it down quite a bit and made a game of it. So, but that offense just doesn't want to win a football game. They refuse to win. Handed it to them. And I don't want to see, it was the penalty on Penny. Okay, but come on. Before that, I mean, you've got to make the throw when your receiver takes the top off a defense. You got to make that throw. You got to. It just, and you're 0-7 in prime time, so you're not a primetime quarterback, so you can't win a Super Bowl. You're not the guy, okay? And don't tell me it's Penny's fault. Oh, it's all Penny's fault. No, it's not. Not at all. Daniel Jones threw several interceptions, and it's on him. It's on him, not one stupid penalty by, and the offside on the defense. I think that, when you got the turnover and you could have won him, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter really, because the offense really didn't want to win that football game. And but before I get too crazy into the New York Football Giants, I just want to shout out to the Raiders for Life podcast. go over to YouTube, check them out for Raiders for Life. Angela, Thor, Q, those guys, awesome time Tuesday night. If you missed it, go check it out on their YouTube. I think I shared it on my page as well. But I had a great time with them. And man, I've got to see Angela's producer and see if I can hire that producer for our show, because I mean, Nevada Nick has a little bit of a case, a little bit of a case he's got for Angela gives him those graphic, got an intro for him and everything. It's pretty cool. So I have to figure out, and talk with her producer. I have to get my producer with her producer and exchange producing notes. How's that sound? Does that sound a little more official? So, but absolutely great time. We are. It's going to be I'll put it out there. I don't know when. We're not doing our regular Sunday show this Sunday. We will be at Giant Stadium, parking lot L for loser. We will be in parking lot L. We're going to be hanging out with our friends from the Raiders. So come by, check us out. We'll be over there. All excited to be there. And hang out and see people, and be at a football game. It's going to be a fun time. We'll be there when the gates open, and we'll be hanging out. I'll take some video and post it up as soon as I can. So we'll get that going. So we'll be very excited about that. So I don't know. I know Nevada Nick and Stiz are kind of doing – they got stuff going on, so I don't know. I might jump on Saturday morning just for a little bit, just so maybe I can, reiterate Nick's picks and Stiz's fantasy stuff. I might just come in and throw that out there, come on real quick for 30 minutes or so, and go over that and talk about the Giants Raiders and and then you got the Chargers and the Eagles, the other big game. With that, so we'll be checking those things out, and this weekend it's going to be a great time. We start at Peter Dillon's on Saturday. We're going to be hanging out with those guys. He's super excited to meet them in person. Finally, Angela and Thor and Q and all those guys. I'm super excited. And a shout out to Johnny over there at Peter Dillon's. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get up there and hang out. It should be a fun time. Super excited about it. Can't say that enough, so, and had fun on their show. So hopefully, the possibility, I'll, be back there Tuesday with them, do a little recap. I don't know. We'll see how that all plays out, because it's going to be some craziness going on. But I'll keep you guys posted on what we do. Maybe, like I said, probably a little shout out Saturday in the AM real quick to get those updates out. And then we're going to hit the road, and we'll send some we'll send some video or some pictures and stuff along the way of the traveling, rambling, rumbling road show, Coach Muddle on the road. So I can't wait. Very excited with that. Now, and of course, we're getting into, it's Giants, it's the Raiders, the plus for the Giants. What's up, Jared? How you doing? No, go ahead. Come on, call in. Let's we'll take the call. We'll take some calls. Just me today, Jared. So call in whenever you want, buddy. And I said this over on Raiders for Life. Check them out on YouTube and follow them Instagram, their Facebook page as well. the Raiders traditionally don't travel well to the East Coast. They just don't. And I just feel like the momentum that they had started building, after the whole Gruden thing, they stacked 2 wins on top of each other. They had things going, and honestly, the bye came and at a terrible time, it really terrible time, because I just feel like this is that stumble now out of the blocks, because you got to get back in the blocks going, and you're going to stumble. So I just see that going. All right, Jared, let's get you up, calling in, and get you on the line here. What's up, Jared? He better be out the door after the. I don't think the Giants are going to do anything, obviously till the season. But I honestly, when the game is over, I think they should announce that both coach and general manager have been fired. Yeah, well, unfortunately, it was the bye week came. They were on a great roll, and they probably could have stacked some more wins on top of each other. But because of the bye week, is going to really take the air out of their sails. Absolutely. Well, first of all, as an NFL player, you pick up you get a free ride. You get free Uber, basically. You call it, the league has that all set up. They don't want you driving anywhere. And, so that first and foremost is why. But again, at 20, what is he, 20, 21, 22 years old, you know what, man? You're invincible at that age. You're not telling them anything, so it's tough, and you just gotta, you just pray for the families, everybody involved, and go from there. It's a tough deal, and it puts the Raiders in a bunch, and that is their best receiver. You're losing your best receiver, and someone's going to have to step up. And so again, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. So those are good things for the Giants. Yeah, but Tennessee without Henry are a skeleton of themselves. I don't see that being much of a game. Honestly. Be honest, Jared, I really didn't look at the schedule. Pretty focused on heading up to New York this weekend, and getting ready for Giants Raiders. So yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great. So all right, Jared, have a good night, man. Thanks for checking in, buddy. All right, there you go, Jared, joining us in, man. We appreciate it. So yeah, fun stuff going on here. Let me get that going. Uh, like I said, yeah, the Raiders just don't travel well to the East Coast. They hit the bye, and then of course this whole Ruggs thing is really a terrible shot, and that emotion. The Raiders really going to be beat down. But you got to look at the Raiders and, their defense led by Mad Max. I mean, he's the real McCoy, and their defense is averaging, over that D line rather is averaging almost 3 sacks a game. So that doesn't bode well for the Giants because they're giving up just as many sacks per game. So I really think that it's going to be a tough road to hoe if the Giants can't establish their running game. And then that's going to be the biggest key is establishing the running game, which the Raiders are susceptible to the run. If the Giants can stick to that run and keep running the football, get some 5, 6, 7 minute drives and come away with points, I think they have a great shot at winning this football game. But again, you have the Raiders. Their offense is clicking. Minus Ruggs, surprised as of coming on right now. I didn't see that Deshaun Jackson was even contacted by the Raiders. I really thought that, he kind of can do the same thing. At least when he's on the field, he can stretch it and take that top off. So it's kind of a surprise, but I'm sure, we don't know. I mean, I don't know who's in the Raiders camp on their practice squad, who they're going to elevate. They might have a guy just like that on the practice squad. They're going to elevate and get going. So, we'll definitely, it'll be interesting to see who becomes that lead guy because the Giants, and again, praise to their defense. They did a fabulous job on Monday night. They took Bradbury and put him on Kelsey and completely shut him down, pretty much. So I see that same type of thing happen to Waller, and locking him down and do double cover. The guy who went to college for 7 years. I can't think of his name, but he's the guy, underneath. I see that guy being, then double teaming. And then you go and you put Jackson out on an island with whoever they decide to put out in place of Ruggs and say, run the football. A lot of these teams, and I think, Kansas City is Kansas City, Philadelphia, Indianapolis, they're all, they're like 13-year-old boys on ADHD without taking their meds. They cannot, teams that just say, run the football. We're going to take away the pass, but they don't care. They're going to throw the football 50 plus times, and that is, all they have to do is be patient, run them out of this, run them out of it. And they just can't do it. And I understand, Philadelphia just flat out refuses. And Indianapolis, they've got some issues going on over there. Of course, Carson Wentz, one of them. But, and also we'll see the Raiders. Can they be patient? Can they be patient? Can they, and run them out of that particular defense? We'll see. But hopefully, that will work for the Giants, and they'll keep them in this football game and give them a chance to try and win, because it always seems these close games, the Giants, tied up in the fourth quarter, have a lead in the fourth quarter. I'm just getting tired of losing and losing it. And the biggest stat for me, 0-7 on prime time. That's Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night. He can't do it. And, he just can't win. So, unfortunately, I believe, don't we play Tampa Bay on Sunday night or Monday night again? I think that's a primetime game. So, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll flex out of it, but you just can't do it. Just can't do it. And no, wouldn't be prudent at this juncture to win some football games. Now, would it? And really, it's how bad is the season is half over, and you're looking at draft picks. Where in the draft? Okay, have a top 5, and now it's instead of rooting for the Giants, I'm rooting for whoever's playing the Chicago Bears because we have their draft picks. So would love to have 2 top 10 draft picks for the new general manager coming in. Absolutely, and it's time to. I hope that they're in the process and have their list. And I tell this story all the time that, I when I moved out of New York and moved to Virginia, one of the deciding factors for me was a brand new football coach coming in. Didn't know anybody. So I felt like, you know what? He don't know me and he don't know anybody here. So it is kind of a fair shake, but that staff, I still talk to those guys to this day because they were great and they didn't care about anything else but putting the best 11 out there and putting guys in their right spot and really didn't, it was about the game for them. And I appreciate that. I learned a lot from those guys. So shout out to them. But I just remember the athletic director speaking, and it's funny, his son was like a backup for quarterback, Dolphins and Cowboys, went to UVA. The name might come to me, and right now it just skips me. But he said, every athletic director should have 5 names of replacements. You pull out your desk. I have 5 guys that I'm going to reach out to if it's time to make a change. And that's what, and that always stuck with me. You have 5 names, and I'm sure you go to Alabama, that athletic director has 5 names, even though it's Nick Saban, still has 5 names because you know what? And time to make a change, but also that can mean, hey, Nick Saban could walk in and say, I'm done. I'm walking off into the sunset. That day's closer than not if you're Alabama. I'm just saying. So you got to have the 5 names. You got to have 5 names in the drawer of replacement. These are the guys I'm going to reach out. And, just like the Giants did with their coaching, they reached out to Bill Belichick and asked some advice, and so when you have those 5 guys, hey, I'm not interested, but who would be this guy, and I recommend this guy. So I know Bill Belichick using a bad example because, his tree has really not been very successful. Prior to a couple of years ago, I take that back. I mean, Vrabel, I can't even say his name right. And to be honest with you, he says, I only played for Belichick. He never coached on that staff. He went to Houston and was, part of, he's the QB coach at Alabama now, but he used to coach Houston, but that guy, so he says you can't use them as part of Belichick's tree. So he's not part of Belichick's tree. So really, there is nobody that has been able to, come from that tree and have success elsewhere. So I don't know. I mean, where do you go? But I think there's some of the brightest, young, bright, up and coming stars, and I'm not a fan. And as far as the general manager goes, we need some young blood. That why are we not in the Kansas City organization? And an organization that are having continued success, Kansas City, Seattle, and as of recently, LA and I know the 49ers are still iffy, but there's some guys in those organizations that are the successful ones, and I think you still got to be in that New England tree. I mean, organizationally, they put they put enough players on the field to win some Super Bowls. And say what you want, it's still a team sport. Tom didn't win those by himself. Okay, Tom didn't win any Super Bowl by himself. Okay, there was 10 other guys on the field with him, and there was 11 on defense doing a job too. So, so somebody had to find those guys and get them on the field, and Bill Belichick does not have the time to do all of that. There's people to do that, and those are the people that move up the ranks and work. And I think, honestly, if I'm the New York Giants, I'm getting rid of my whole scouting staff and starting fresh, because there is something wrong with our staff, because we are just not getting guys. Was it 07 or 11? One of those Super Bowls, didn't we have 4 starters from round 5, 6, 7? We had 3 or 4 guys from round 5 and on, or round 4 and on, and those guys, were big contributors to the winning a Super Bowl. So, so where are those guys? Where are they? I don't know. And that's the guys we have to get in and revamp our whole organization from top to bottom, and get some people in there that know some football. And I'm sorry that, the Maras, his son is one of the sons or kids is in charge of scouting. Like, how is he in charge? Assistant to the GM in charge of scouting. How is that? That's the problem right there. Where did he go to learn his craft? Where did he leave? Because I apologize, because maybe I don't, I'm not very good at technology, but I wasn't able to click on the bio and see that, he has an extensive background, except for my dad owns a football team. That doesn't make you a good scout. Okay. It really doesn't matter, so I'm sorry. Go give him, make him in charge of player relations or something else, man. Come on now. Find another gig for the guy. I just don't get it. That in these important positions, so we need to clean house all the way through, including the scouts and everybody. Clean them out, move out, and yard sale. Let's move them out and let's go and get some new furniture in the place. Okay, another coat of paint, new furniture. It's time to go. And it's funny, living in a condo down in Florida, every time the new board gets voted in, the first thing they want to do is paint and refurbish the lobby. So every couple of years, our lobby's getting new furniture and new paint. What the hell are you spending my money on? But you know what? We just did it, but we got to do it again, because now we're going to keep paying coaches because, are we still paying the porn mustache guy? We're still paying him, I think. We're still paying the previous coach. So, hey, we're paying. Now we're going to pay another one. And it's upsetting as a Giant fan. And I want to applaud Michael Strahan. A big shout out. Thank you for calling it out. You covered some shade on Eli and said, I know you don't want to talk bad about the Giants, but come on, they've been losing for 10 years now. I'm tired of it. And God, thank you for saying it out loud on television, that somebody could hear us. That was the voice of the fans saying it. It's been 10 years. So thank you. And my other gripe right now is the all of a sudden Gettleman looks great because Odell Beckham, we knew what Odell was. We knew what he was. So we shipped him out because Daniel Jones wouldn't have gotten this far with Odell Beckham Jr. in the huddle. Come on now. I mean, why? I thought it was a good trade because, hey, like the song says, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. And he didn't make it. We sent him to Cleveland. He couldn't even make it in Cleveland. So, yes, OBJ, I'm taking back my apology because you know what? You didn't. You couldn't make it in damn Cleveland. So I don't get it. I don't get it. So, yeah, it was a good move. It was a good move, but guess what? I don't think we re-signed Jabril Peppers. So unless we re-sign him, I think so this just popped up. I guess I'm having trouble streaming to Facebook. This is a Facebook issue. Okay, so apparently, try creating a new broadcast. I'm live, you dumbass. How am I supposed to create a new broadcast? But I just don't get it. So no, I'm not deleting on Facebook. I'm just gonna keep moving on and keep going. That's kind of stupid. You're live, so why would that sign pop up and tell you that? It's kind of silly. So I don't get it. But I guess I will hurry it up along a little bit. And tonight, Thursday night game, Jets, Colts in Indianapolis. Huge game with for Carson Wentz. Huge. I mean, it's a must-win for Indianapolis, hands down. That's a must-win. A lot of pressure on them. And then, I'm going to take the line from the New York radio station that's, Mike effing White, okay? And he's the hero. And, look, it's a Thursday night. The Jets go in Indianapolis. And that kid White lights it up again, and they win. They are kings in New York for 10 days, 10 full days. I mean, the Giants – it would be a must win for the Giants should the Jets win tonight, just to keep the chatter down. And I know that all the Jet fans are anointing Mike White as the savior of the franchise, but I just don't I don't see it. This is another week for the defense to figure him out. So, hey, these guys have put some strings together and stacked some wins and were able. But, geez, they got his jersey in Canton already. Unbelievable. So, I mean, unbelievable. So, I don't know. But it's funny. I do like the Jets tonight because I don't think Carson Wentz is going to be. He's in his head already. You can see it. He's in his head. He can't get out of the way. So it's going to be another thing, and hopefully they don't call any more screen passes inside their own 5. So we'll have to go from there, and we'll see. But I like the Jets. I have no idea what the spread is or anything. I like the Jets to win the football game. And I don't know. I haven't heard. Let me check and see. Nevada Nick. No, nothing from Nevada Nick. So, so he's not coming along. I guess he was going to say something. But I'll text him right now. But we'll see. I don't know, but we're having a few technical issues over on Facebook, so I'm gonna sign off, I guess, since this thing keeps popping up and being an annoyance. So, but listen, I'll let everybody know about Saturday, definitely no show Sunday. We'll be I'll jump on and get all that stuff together for Saturday, morning, and get that stuff out to you guys because I really appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Thanks, Jared, for the call in. Everybody checking us out. Make sure you like our page, share it with your friends. Go over to YouTube and please ring the bell. Thumbs up. Be a subscriber. Tell your friends. We really appreciate it, and we'll see everybody Saturday, not Sunday, because we're going to be at the Giant game. So we'll be there. So remember, we're Lauderdale, so come check me out. I'll be there. My bell's on. And everybody have safe weekend, and we'll talk to you on Saturday. All right. Peace out.